Good morning to everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the entire organizing committee for selecting a paper for this conference. This is Manikanta Kamatam from Sri Venkateshwara University, Tirupati. Here, I would like to present my paper on impact of volunteerism on happiness and peace. So, when we go through with the UN's World Happiness Index, which was happened for 156 countries, where we can see the various different types of happiness based on their per capita income, social support networks, healthy life expectancy, individual freedom, philanthropy, and the absence of corruption in government and business. So these are the based on the per capita income. We can see the different color shading over here, and especially when we look at the US and Australia, and especially this Finland and Denmark countries, they are greenish, which says that they are the happy countries. When we go to the Global Peace Index, so the Institute for Economics and Peace organizes this, uh, conducts this survey among 151 countries. So, based on the economic cost of violence, analyzing the country level risk, and understanding positive peace. So, they publish this every year, and here we go with the pictorial representation of the Global Peace Index, where again we can see both US countries and as well as the Australian countries are in very green, so which is similar to the previous happiness index. Let's go to the third thing, World Giving Index. So, World Giving Index is being published by Chartist Aid Foundation. So, this will be conducted for 172 countries for almost 1.3 million people, based on whether they had helped a stranger or donated money or time to a charity. Based on their report, so these are the 10 most generous countries over the past 10 years who are giving more. So we can see again US countries and Australia are on the top things. So this is what I have taken as a hypothesis for my paper, stating that volunteerism creates more impact on happiness and peace. And even the same thing is been reflecting in the existing World Giving Index, Global World Global Peace Index, and World Happiness Index. So again, what I did is I have just taken our own country, India, how it is performing for the past 10 years. This is again the report, table report, which I have taken from the World Giving Index 2019 report, and here we can see the continuous growth. So regular growth in the World Giving Index, especially with respect to the giving money, charity, and spending time, and more number of volunteering hours. And if you can see the last this year, so India is the top most country in engaging more number of people in volunteering. So this is a kind of a proudful moment for each and every one of us. So coming to the next slide. So what I did is I have used a correlation method. So I just use this trend. First I observe the trend analysis. So I took last 5 years indexes between the 2015 to 2019, and I observe the trend for each and every index for our country. So if you can see in World Giving Index, so from 2015 to 2017, 17, so there is a growth. Again in 2018 there is a small dip, and again in 2019 there is a growth. So this is the trend of World Giving Index for India for the past 5 years. And come to the happiness index, so it's entirely reverse growth. So initially in 2015 we are into the 117th rank, and now we are into 114th rank. So it's not a good sign for us. And let's look at the World Global Peace Index. So again the Global Peace Index, we can see the increment from 2015, 2016 and 2017. Even in 2018 we stayed the same place, but when come to the 2019 there was again a dip. So this is the situation of Global Peace Index India rank for the past 5 years. And what I did later is I just used the correlation method to see how the both two different indexes, especially the giving and another two indexes, because since I am focusing on how volunteerism is impacting either a peace index or a happiness index, I wanted to see how giving index is correlating with the happiness index or a peace index. So here I would like to show you the trend between the giving and happiness index. And as for the trend, there is very weak or no correlation between the giving and happiness index. Then let's look at into the giving versus peace index. Again the same results, so we don't have any similarities between these two. So again there is a weak or no correlation among these two indexes. So when we come to the all three indexes, again we see the same results. There is a weak or no correlation. So these are all the findings based on the trend analysis as well as the correlation analysis among the existing data, statistical data which is available in the three different indexes, global indexes. These are all the few statistics which are available in these three different things. When we come to what I did is, so I have taken a sample and I just wanted to understand how actually ground level people are doing. So I just created a survey in a Google Forms and I shared it to the people, and there are 121 responses regarding the happiness survey. So the first question in my happiness survey is a simple thing: are you happy? So we can see this thing. So 70% of the people feeling they are happy. Rest of all you can see there, some people say no, some people say maybe, some people say not sure. It's up to the psychological status of the people and keeps on changing, because this time we may feel happy and then immediate next minute our mind will change. So that is what we always used to say according to neurology. So our mind is the fastest thing and we keeps on changing our thoughts. So then coming to the next thing, so again I asked another question. So people since majority of the people are saying I'm happy, I just wanted to, out of my curiosity, I just wanted to understand why they are happy and what makes them happy. So this is what the results. So there are 60% of the people says they are happy because of their family, and 43% says they are happy with themselves, and 37% says that they are happy with their work, 37% again says that they are happy with their life, and 12% says they are happy with something else, so based on their own interest. Coming to the next question, so during this survey there are majority of the people are female and then male 46, female goes to the 52% and male goes to 46%. And the next final thing is that, so there are 55% of employees participate in this survey, and the next major thing is the students. 70% of students took part into this survey. So coming to the next thing, so it was about the previous one is about the happiness survey, and I did another survey to understand how happy volunteering is happening. So I connected both happiness as well as the volunteering here, and I got 21 responses where people say responded if they are volunteering or not. So out of that, 57% of the people says they are volunteering and 43% says that they are not volunteering. But the interesting fact, when I asked the immediate next question, do you help others? Everybody says yes. There might be a psychological fact or a phenomena stating that the people doesn't use to say no for this question. It's a straightforward question and open-ended question. So that might be another reason, but the thing is that everybody wanted to help others, but whereas when I ask, are you a volunteer, they're saying no. So this gives an idea that the people are ready to volunteer, but they doesn't people are ready to help others, but they doesn't know how to help others. So that makes me to think in a different way, so which comes to an end for the recommendations from this research survey. And finally, I asked another question, what makes them actually happy and how the people will be related to a happy and volunteering. So these are all the responses which I got. So where 52% of the people says happy people help others as well as helping people are always happy, whereas 43% of the people says helping people are always happy, which means that 95% of people agreeing that helping people are always happy. So this is the key point from this entire research. So that helping people are all always happy. That means that volunteerism is creating an impact on happiness. So the recommendation which is suggested is the people are ready to help others, but they require guidance. So to provide this guidance, government, public and private sectors, NGOs, change makers should provide or create a lot of volunteering opportunities to the people and help them to give back to the society. And finally, as an individual, everybody should involve in volunteering activities once in a month, and then they should do a random kind of happiness, random act of kindness on a daily basis. So these are all the recommendations which I suggest. So the world of happy living place can be achieved when we have happiness and a peace with the help of volunteering as well. So thank you so much for listening to me, and thank you for your valuable time and presence. Once again, I thank the entire organization team to provide me this opportunity. Thank you.